right, joining us this morning to talk about the Premier League and the matches we saw, of course, on Saturday and what to expect on Sunday is a sports journalist from the United Kingdom. Owen Roberts joins us this morning. Good morning to you, and thank you for your patience and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me on.
All right, so good. And of course, Liverpool got an interesting victory over Ipswich, and also Manchester City staged a dramatic comeback against Chelsea, securing a 3-1 victory right there, also adding more blows to Enzo Maresca's side, and not also forgetting returning to top 4. What does this mean for Liverpool and for Manchester City getting wins? And of course, Arsenal, 10-man Arsenal getting a win against Wolverhampton Wanderers on Saturday.
Yeah, I think, well, should we start with Manchester City? That was probably the biggest game of the day. It didn't start too well for them, did it? Davidson Kusanov, the first ever Uzbekistan international to play in the Premier League, gifted an opening goal to Chelsea and to Madueke with a kind of a header that didn't quite get back to Ederson. The City responded well, as you mentioned, their goals from Guardiola, Haaland and Foden got them the 3-1 win. It puts them back in the top 4, the first time they've been back in the top 4 since the start of that kind of slump in mid-November. I'm sure they'll be hopeful of securing Champions League football, that the title still looks a bit of a long shot for them. There's still 12 points adrift, and Liverpool have got a game in hand. But a big game for them in the week in the Champions League against Club Brugge. They need to win that to get through, and that'll kind of keep their season alive in another sense, meaning that they can compete in European competition still and try and win that. Just talk about Arsenal, I guess you mentioned Arsenal there. They obviously got a 1-0 win at Wolves thanks to Riccardo Calafiori's second half goal. The big talking point in that game, there was obviously a red card for Myles Lewis-Skelly. I think it's kind of universal opinion in the UK that was not a red card. You know, he's 70 yards from goal. I think that they said that it was given for kind of the challenge and the excessive force nature of the challenge, but it certainly didn't seem that way to me. So I thought that was really harsh, and Arsenal could probably expect to have that rescinded. And yeah, from Liverpool's point of view, pretty straightforward in the end for them. Comfortable 4-1 win, and yeah, marching on. And as you mentioned, hopefully secure from their point of view a first league title since the one in COVID.
All right, you just talked about Liverpool, you talked about Manchester City, you talked about Arsenal. Let me ask you now, do you think Liverpool can win its first title since the 2019-2020 season? That's the league title. Do you think it's a title to grab?
Yeah, I think so. I fully expect Liverpool to go on and win the title from here. Arsenal still have to go to Anfield at the end of right at the end of the season, in the middle of May. But Arsenal haven't won at Anfield since 2012, so yeah, Liverpool will be, I'm sure, will be quite confident in not losing that game and therefore winning the title. Arsenal also have a very difficult game against Manchester City next weekend. And yeah, Liverpool just look the form team, don't they, and have been for most of the season.
All right.
So yeah, fully expect them to go on with the title.
All right, we'll wait to see how it goes right there when you talk about the Premier League. I want to say a big thank you to you, Owen Roberts, for your quality time. We'll keep tabs with you, and hopefully we'll wait to see if what you've said would be the end point at the end of the season. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you. Cheers.